Hi again, this is episode 5 of Entrepreneur Tips. Episode 4 was about the dress code. So this episode is about finding investors. Okay, it's a very big question, a very big subject, burning subject for anybody who starts a new venture, who does a startup. Okay, and a lot of people tend to think very wrongly about this, and that influences the future of their company, because it's a very important subject. Okay, the first thing to say is, okay, don't be desperate. Okay, don't get desperate about investors. A lot of people, they get so desperate. They go, oh, where will I find an investor? Where will I find money? Okay, if you're asking yourself this question, the reason is because you haven't searched the market enough. You haven't really found much about investors. Okay, so it's good to do that early on. Okay, find out what is an investor, who they are, what do they do, where do they hang out. Okay, what do they want? How do they think? Okay. Also, one of the things to not do is don't listen to what other people have to say. Okay, when they don't have a stake in what you do, because especially close friends and family, if you're going to start a venture, probably some of the people that you might be speaking with are all friends about it, and they have their own views. You know, typically they go, oh, an investor is going to give us money. You know, this is really bad and desperate thinking. It's not business thinking, and they don't put themselves at stake. So you have to leave these suggestions out and not let other people be involved, because it's not themselves. You're going to put yourself, okay, at risk. It's your business. It's not theirs, and they don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so the first thing to do is you have to find out about investors, okay? Especially if you're at early stage, usually on seed funding, yes, you gather money from family and friends. There are other ways to go around this, there's creative ways to do it, okay? But usually at the first stage, you're going to get angel investors involved. So one of the first things to do is to learn where do they hang out, how to find them, how to contact them, start speaking with some of them. I mean, today there's networks, there's whole networks, online networks, and there's places where you can go and meet investors. Okay, why is it easy? Okay, why you shouldn't be desperate, why it's actually easy? Okay, you have to think, what do investors do? Okay, you as a founder, as an entrepreneur, you tend to think of your, if you're new, you tend to only think of your business. But investors are there to do a job like you do. Okay, an investor puts money in a startup. Okay, they see it as another type of investment. Okay, they know the risks, they know the returns, so they're in there to do their own job. Okay, and if there is one thing that some people say, oh no, who's going to invest in my company and why would they do that, and get desperate. Yeah, it's because they don't know. Okay, if there's investors who are in the startup area, who invest on startups. Okay, if there's one thing that they are praying for, they're dreaming to find somebody who has a good company, a good startup, so they can go and put their money on it and throw their money on it, because they're going to get returns. Okay, it's a job that they do. They put money and they expect a certain return later on. Okay, so they are looking for startups just like you are looking. Okay, because that's their job. Probably the best advice is find out where they are, find out online networks, find out local places, usually startup establishments, startup places, startup offices. They're also usually inhabited by many investors. Also places like angel.co, you can find online networks to meet people. It's probably better if you have access to people nearby, to investors nearby. Also, for me, I see the investors are going to play a key role in your how you're going to proceed as the people who provide the funding for your company. So it's a better idea to speak with investors. It's an agile, in an agile way. It's an agile process. So you prepare your business plan, okay, in your company presentation. You meet an investor, okay. You present what you have. They give you feedback. Okay, they tell you their views, they accept, they reject, they make their proposals. You go back, you improve your plan, you meet other investors, you go back, you improve your plan, you meet them again. You know, it's a continuous process until at some point you find that you have a good plan, okay, that not only satisfies what you want to do, it's sound from an investment perspective as well. Okay, it's because you've put in all the feedback that you've applied all the feedback that you received, and at some point you find yourself with some very good offers, okay, at the first stage. I hope you enjoy this video and write what you think in the comments. See you soon.